Yes, welcome friends. Let us go for the next part of isomerism, that is stereoisomerism. The meaning of stereoisomerism is isomers, the compounds which are having same molecular formula but differed in properties. That difference arises here not due to the connectivities. Connectivities remain same, but they are differed in the three-dimensional space. That is, isomerism arises with the spatial arrangement of groups, spatial arrangement of valencies. Space stands for three-dimensional space, which is also known as stereo. So therefore, isomerism that arises in the organic molecules where the atoms maintains the same valencies, same connectivities, same bonds, but their three-dimensional orientation, their three-dimensional arrangement is differed from one another. Due to that difference, the properties of the molecules are different, and such kind of compounds are said to be stereoisomers to one another. And once again, here the stereoisomerism is categorized into different varieties. In case number 1, yes, the spatial arrangement will be different, but that difference comes from the restricted rotation present between the atoms, of the expected chain. So therefore, due to this restricted rotation present between the atoms, the valencies connected on the atoms are differed from one another. They can be adjusted in more than one way of arrangement with the same connectivities. Such kind of isomerism is said to be the geometrical isomerism. This is the first one. Whereas second case, connectivities remains same on every atom, but thing is the relative arrangement of connectivities present on atom are differed from one another. Due to this reason, some of them will become optically active, and such kind of isomerism said to be optical isomerism, that we will discuss later. And the last one, which is a special case, here what happens is connectivities present on the atoms are same. The relative arrangement of connectivities on every atom is also same, but thing is the relative arrangement of one atom to the other atom is different. Due to that reason, isomers are possible, but this isomerism is a special case. These isomers are interconvertible. Such type of isomerism and isomers are said to be configurational isomerism, conformational isomerism. Thus we are having three varieties of spatial isomers which are known as stereoisomers. First one are said to be the geometrical isomers, second one are said to be the optical isomers, and the last one is said to be the conformational isomers. Thus we are having three things. Let us have a brief view related to the geometrical isomerism, similarly optical isomerism, and to the configurational isomerism. With a little introduction, we will move our discussion towards the geometrical isomerism. Yes, let us go for the brief meaning related to the isomerisms possible due to different arrangements of same connectivities with the atom, that is spatial isomerism. The first one, what we said is this isomerism is possible due to restricted rotation of the bond. So as primarily we will focus our attention towards the carbon bonds. Carbon can form any variety of bond in between them. Carbon and carbon single bond is there, double bond is there, triple bond is there. Whereas let us go for the case carbon and carbon are connected by the double bond, and remaining two free valencies are there. Here one of the carbon is connected with atom A and atom B, valency A as well as valency B, and other carbon is connected with valency P as well as valency Q. Now I can adjust another one molecule with the same molecular formula with the same connectivities, but whereas due to this carbon-carbon double bond, that bond is not rotatable. Hence, as a result of restriction of rotation, the bonds or the valencies connected with the carbon never move. So therefore, this P as well as this A always present towards one side of the plane. Similarly, this Q and this B is present towards one side of the bond. If I write another one structure which is not interconvertible, where here in the place of P some new atom Q is there, in the place of Q some new valency P is there, then those two are not interconvertible, those two are having same connectivities. But here what happened here? Here see, this is A and this is B. I am not making any disturbance on first atom. Whereas second atom, instead of P, I am writing here Q group, and instead of Q, here I am writing P group. Here that bond is not allowed to move to any extent. As a result, bond does not participate in rotation. The corresponding valencies are always restricted. However, the molecule is appearing on the board. The same type of arrangement is present. Thus, here A and P are very nearer to one another, whereas A and Q are far away from one another. They are with the maximum distance and these two are with the minimum distance. Here, the reverse thing is happening. A and Q is with the little distance, A and P is with the maximum distance. These two are different compounds. The difference comes as they are maintaining the same connectivities. This carbon, whatever connectivities are there, the same connectivities for the first carbon as well as the second carbon in first and second compounds. But compounds are differed. Due to what? Restricted rotation of the bonds. Such kind of isomers are said to be the geometrical isomers. We will come in detail related to the geometrical isomerism. So therefore, spatial isomerism arises due to restricted rotation of the bonds are said to be the geometrical isomerism, and the corresponding isomers are said to be the geometrical isomers. Second case, here what happens is the connected valencies are same on every atom. There is no difference and there is no restricted rotation. But thing is, the relative arrangement of atoms present on every atom are differed from one another. Due to this reason, they shows optical activity, different optical activities. Such kind of compounds are said to be optical isomers. Let us see this carbon atom connected with P. Suppose if I take P is my reference, then Q, R, S are connected in this manner. So therefore, in the tetrahedral adjustment, if I keep one atom as reference, remaining atoms connectivity leads to one particular orientation. Suppose the same thing if it is present in such a way that this is P, instead of this, here Q, here R, here S is there. Let us consider. If I feel this is my reference, then Q, R, S are present in such a way that connectivity leads to anti-clockwise direction. This is clockwise direction, this is anti-clockwise direction. Thus, their properties are same in many of the respects, except their property with respect to the optical active compounds. They are different. Thus, compounds with same molecular formula, same bond connectivities, followed by the relative arrangement of valencies present on the atom are differed from compound 1 to compound 2. Due to this reason, some of them are becoming optically active. Their optical properties are differed. Such kind of compounds are said to be the optical isomers. We will come in detail reason, how many, what are the relations and all the things. Let us go for the last case, that is a special case, which are known as conformational isomers. The special case is conformers. Conformers are also known as rotamers. Rotamers implies what? On rotation, they will be converted from one to other. To say exactly, these are not the isomers, but under the heading of the isomerism we are studying. Hence, we are feeling it as conformers is one type of isomers. Thus, the difference is these are interconvertible isomers. These are not the other isomers. These are interconvertible isomers. Whereas these are possible, these are interconverted due to rotation of the bonds. Here what happens is the connectivities are same. Connectivities on the atoms are same. The relative connectivity of atom and relative connectivity of valencies on every atom is also same. But the relative connectivity of valencies present on first atom are differed from the second atom. Due to this reason, different natures containing small difference in properties containing materials are obtained, compounds are obtained. Those of all are said to be conformers. Suppose if I take the carbon 1 and carbon 2, 1, 2, 3 are present. Similarly here 4, 5, 6 are present. Whereas if I go for the other one, here other one what I will write is 1, 2, 3 is as it is. Whereas here 4, 5, 6, instead of this 4, 5, 6, I will write 4 here. I will write 5 here. I will write 6 here. Like this. Here connectivities are same on first and second carbon atoms of compound 1 and compound 2. Relative arrangement is also same. If I take this bond as my reference bond, 1, 2, 3. Similarly, 1, 2, 3 remains same. 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6 remains same. But the relative arrangement of atoms of one atom and other atom are different. Here let us see here 1 and 6 are close. Here 1 and 4 is close to one another. In that way, due to their relative arrangement of valencies, due to their difference in relative arrangement of valencies of one atom to the other atom, small difference in properties containing compounds are obtained, and those of all are said to be conformers. We will give a detailed discussion related to the conformers at the end of the isomerism. Now our discussion is related to the restricted rotation related spatial isomerism, which is known as geometrical isomerism. Thus, in geometrical isomerism, how restricted rotation is present, where the restricted rotation is present in organic molecules, then how many varieties of geometrical isomers are there exactly, then how to count the number of geometrical isomers in straight chain compounds, then in which atoms between, under which conditions this geometrical isomerism is possible. These of all things, let us have a discussion. Yes, if you go for the all varieties of possible bonds in organic molecules, followed by their ability to undergo rotation and the ability of not having rotation, that is having restricted rotation, followed by the ability of the bond with the proper substitution to show geometrical isomerism. Let us have a list. Here the bonds, carbon-carbon single bond is there, double bond is there, triple bond is there, and carbon with heteroatom like nitrogen, single bond is there, double bond is there, triple bond is there, because the maximum number of bonds that can be formed by nitrogen are of 3, because it is having a lone pair. Similarly, with oxygen, it can form 2 bonds, maximum 2 bonds, and it is having another 1 valency. Now, if I come for the carbon-carbon single bond is eligible to undergo rotation. That is by keeping all valencies and the single bond as it is. If I rotate this single bond, implies what? The valencies present on the other carbon atom can be rotatable. By keeping the valencies on this carbon atom as constant, I can rotate the valencies either in clockwise direction or in anti-clockwise direction. Both carbon atoms in clockwise, both in anti-clockwise. One is in clockwise, one is in anti-clockwise. All varieties of rotations are possible with respect to the carbon-carbon single bond. Hence here rotation is eligible. Whereas if pi bond interaction is possible along with the sigma bond, then it leads to the formation of double bond. When double bond occurs, its rotationability is locked. So therefore, whatever the valencies are present on the carbon, first and second, are present as it is. There is no movement, hence there is no rotation. Rotation is not possible. Even in triple bond also there is no rotation. Similarly, carbon nitrogen single bond rotation is possible when double bond occurs, triple bond occurs, there is no rotation. Similarly, carbon oxygen single bond rotation is possible when double bond is present or triple bond is present. Then that single bond is extra stabilized by overlapping of p orbitals above the single bond as well as the below the single bond, leads to the formation of multiple bonds like double bond and triple bond. Due to this result, atoms are seized. Atoms are connected so tightly that there is no movement for the atom. There is no movement for the other atom. Thus, the other connectivities associated with the atom never moves. Thus, we can say that these are not having any rotation. Hence, we feel that these are having restricted rotation. And out of this restricted rotation, our intention is to get the isomers. Isomers are due to what? Substitutions present on the atoms. Now at least we have to get substitution on the atoms. Though it is maintaining restricted rotation, that is not enough. The other condition is it should associated with the groups. It should associated with the valencies. See, in this first case, rotation is not present. Rotation is present. Hence, restriction is not present. It doesn't show any kind of isomerism. That is, geometrical isomerism is not possible. Yes, restriction is present here, restriction is present here, and at the same time with nitrogen, with oxygen also you will find the restriction. Whereas carbon here remaining two valencies are present for this, two valencies are present for this. I can adjust those two valencies in different manner. Yes, this valency may be written here, this valency may be written here. It is having restricted rotation. Due to this reason, what happens? Compound 1 will be different from compound 2, hence it can show the geometrical isomerism. Whereas if it is having triple bond, how many valencies it is left with? One valency here, another one valency here. So therefore only two valencies are there on two carbon atoms combination. So therefore only one way of adjustment of valencies is present. There is no other way of adjustment. Hence you don't find other isomer. Hence in this case geometrical isomerism is not possible. Similarly carbon and nitrogen is there. Carbon is having the 3. Here rotation is possible, hence there is no isomerism. Do you find an isomerism? Whereas restriction is present. Here it is having two valencies. Nitrogen is having one lone pair as connectivity and other one is a bond. I can keep like this. I can keep vice versa also. Thus I will be having two ways of adjustment. Hence in this case, if carbon is properly substituted, then I am having the chance to get the isomers, that is geometrical isomers are possible. If triple bond is there, there is no connectivity. Only one lone pair is there. One lone pair implies one way of adjustment. There is no other way of adjustment. Hence, geometrical isomerism is not possible. Rotation is not present. Rotation is present. Restriction is not present. Hence, there is no isomerism. For the last case, this oxygen is having two lone pairs. There is no other connectivity. No connectivity implies no way of adjustment. Hence, here also geometrical isomerism is not possible. Thus, under the conditions of carbon-carbon double bond, under the conditions of carbon-nitrogen double bond conditions, generally we will get the isomerism. That isomerism is consisting of same connectivities on the atoms, but the connectivities are differed in space. Due to that reason, a special three-dimensional stereoisomerism, which is known as spatial isomerism, is possible, which is associated with a common property of restricted rotation of the bond. Such kind of isomerism is said to be the geometrical isomerism. And other one special case of the restricted rotation that is present in organic molecules is, here I will write carbons followed by nitrogens combination is over. Let me write here in the box. Nitrogen double bond is there, followed by, it is having one lone pair followed by valency. It is having one lone pair followed by valency. This particular case is having restricted rotation. Rotation is not present, and this can shows with a proper substitution the isomerism. Thus geometrical isomerism is possible in carbon-carbon double bonds of proper substitution, carbon-nitrogen double bonds of proper substitution, followed by nitrogen-nitrogen double bond of proper substitution. Then what is meant by the proper substitution? Let us have a look. Then we will move our discussion towards the calculation of number of isomers and the properties associated with them. Yes, as for the discussion, we came to know that the eligible restricted rotations in organic molecules are present between carbon-carbon double bond, carbon-nitrogen double bond, and nitrogen-nitrogen double bond. Out of them, the majority of the examples, highest number of examples are coming from the carbon-carbon double bonds, whereas carbon-nitrogen double bond and the nitrogen-nitrogen double bond are rare, and the rarest number of examples are present in chemistry literature under the category of geometrical isomerism. Now let us go for the proper substitution. What is meant by proper substitution to show the geometrical isomerism? Yes. In case of carbon-carbon double bond, here we are expecting two groups present on the carbon 1 and another two groups present on the carbon 2. If they are associated with at least one common group on them, whatever the group we are expecting on 1 and 2 carbon atoms, that should be the common group. Due to that common group's presence, this particular geometrical isomerism, which is also known as cis-trans isomerism, is possible. So therefore the condition is at least one common group on both carbon atoms. At least one common group or common valency on both carbons. If it is present, then this geometrical isomerism is possible. The same common group may be present towards the one side of the plane or towards the opposite sides of the plane. Due to that reason, we can claim that one of them is isomer to the other. Such kind of condition, validation, if it is present, then the geometrical isomerism is possible. Whereas this is C-N bond, as we know, N is having one lone pair followed by one valency is present. This is valency. Whereas this particular carbon is holding double bond implies what? That is carbonyl compound combination with the amines leads to the formation of oximes, that is C double bond N OH like compounds formation takes place. Thus here if it is aldehyde compound, then what happens is one group is R group, one group is H group, and here one lone pair is common property. This can be any valency. Oxime and OH is present. So therefore in this case the common things present on the carbon as well as the nitrogen portion, in case of carbon connected with the nitrogen with the double bond are, if it is aldehyde, the carbon is having aldehydes, hydrogen is present as a common element, followed by nitrogen is having lone pair as a common element, common valency present on the nitrogen. By taking these two as the reference, we can claim the isomerism, that is geometrical isomerism, in which what we can say is if these groups are present, so therefore the group present on the hydroxylamine is OH as the group. This OH is a common feature. Similarly, from aldehydes of the carbonyl compounds, H is the common group present on the system. If the same H and OH are present towards the same side, then it is known as syn. Whereas if they are present on the opposite sides, it is known as anti. Whereas this is a restricted case, we can't apply this one for many of the things, though isomerism is possible. And here that is syn aldoximes as well as the anti-aldoximes are possible. The common group present on the carbon is hydrogen because it is coming from the aldehyde related carbonyl compounds of organic nature. Whereas this is from the hydroxylamine NH2OH after combination, the formed compound on the nitrogen is consisting OH as the common valency. If this OH and H are present same side and the opposite sides, on behalf of that we can claim it as syn followed by the anti-aldoximes. To that extent it was generally considered. Similarly here diazo compounds related examples are very rarest example, and it is having one lone pair. It is also having one lone pair. Generally it is not consisting of different varieties of compounds. It is present for the phenyl system, diphenyl diazobenzene. Otherwise diphenyl azobenzene is the name of the compound. If these two phenyls are present towards the same side, that is said to be syn. Whereas if these two phenyls are the groups connected with the nitrogen are present towards the opposite sides, then those are known as anti. Because here generally these kind of nitrogen related examples are of very rarest examples. And in this is rare case. In that rare case, the common recurring thing is oximes. In that oximes, the group present on the carbon part portion is from the aldehyde derivative. This is hydrogen. From the hydroxylamine, the valency is OH. If these are present towards the same and opposite sides, on behalf of that, it is known as syn followed by anti. So therefore, the restricted rotation followed by proper substitution leads to the geometrical isomerism. That proper substitution with respect to the carbon-carbon double bond is on both of the carbons at least one common group has to be present as valency. Whereas in carbon and nitrogen combination generally it occurs for the aldoximes. Whereas in case of aldoximes the H and OH should be present on the same side. Similarly in diazo compounds generally it is present for very rarest cases. We have an example in which two phenyls are present. If those groups are same followed by present at the same side, then it is known as syn. If not, it is known as what? Anti-geometrical isomers. The next one about the restricted rotation. Restricted rotation is also possible along with the single bond. But if it is connected one end to other end, if it is a part of cyclic system, then restricted rotation is present. So therefore, if I am having a cyclic system like this, now whatever the valencies are present on the reference carbon atoms, those are locked. Those are having their specific positions, because this is a cyclic system, it never move from one side to other side. Though it is a single bond having ability to undergo rotation, now as being it is the part of the cycle, it never undergoes rotation. So it is also having restricted rotation. Due to this reason, whatever groups are present over the carbon atoms, they can be adjusted in different ways. As a result, isomers are possible, and those isomers are said to be which isomers? Geometrical isomers. Whereas here also the common feature to validate the geometrical isomerism is one common group on both carbon atoms. One common group on both carbons. Whereas this isomerism is not restricted to the adjacent carbons. I can take from this ring system here, first carbon atom and the third carbon atom also I can take. With respect to these groups, I can claim the cis-trans isomerism. I can take the first and the fourth carbon atoms. Like that, any number of gaps containing carbon atoms can be taken as reference. Thereby I can claim the isomerism present in the space, which is known as geometrical isomerism. Thus, single bond containing compounds which are part of the ring are not able to undergo any kind of rotation. Thus, we can claim that these are having restricted rotation. Due to this restricted rotation, whatever groups are present on the reference carbon atoms like 1,2 carbons, 1,3 carbons, 1,4 carbons, as per the ring is concerned, they are having a relation like same groups are present towards the same side or the opposite side. On behalf of that, we can claim the isomerism, and this isomerism is also known as what? Geometrical isomerism. Now let us go for possible cases of geometrical isomerism with respect to the carbon-carbon double bond, with respect to carbon-nitrogen double bond, with respect to nitrogen-nitrogen double bond, with respect to carbon-carbon single bond, and calculation of number of geometrical isomers in diene systems consisting of symmetrical ends, unsymmetrical ends, followed by even number of double bonds and the odd number of double bonds. And at the last, we will discuss a special case of geometrical isomerism when all four groups are different. Those can be adjusted in many number of ways, but we can't claim these are cis isomers as well as the trans isomers. Then what is the other way to naming of those compounds, and how the isomers are present, with what nomenclature they can be known, that we will discuss as a special part of the geometrical isomerism at the end of the topic. Let us go for the case of carbon-carbon double bonds. To show the geometrical isomerism in case of organic molecules containing carbon-carbon double bond as a part. Yes, carbon-carbon double bond is having restricted rotation, followed by, if it is having proper substitutions, then it is eligible to show the geometrical isomerism and are known as cis-trans isomerisms. Suppose if I go for the double bond, carbon and carbon is having double bond, what we said, one common group should be present over the two carbon atoms to show the geometrical isomerism. Suppose if I am feeling that this is methyl and this is methyl, there is another one is hydrogen and hydrogen. Two groups are present on the each carbon atom, two are same. Then here one methyl is here, one methyl is here, two hydrogens are here, one hydrogen on each carbon atom, that is eligible to show geometrical isomerism. We will write the isomers. Suppose carbon-carbon double bond followed by, yes, here one is some propyl group, other is hydrogen, one is some ethyl group, other is hydrogen, This is also eligible to show the geometrical isomerism because one common group is there. On this hydrogen is the common group. Because I am saying here the word common because the same hydrogen is repeated on the second carbon atom. Suppose if there is no common group on the carbon atoms, this is A group, this is B group, this is P group and this is Q group, then there is no cis-trans isomerism. Whereas if two groups are same on the one end of the carbon atom, this is some A group, this is some B group, no issue. On any one of the carbon atom, if two groups are same, then what is the fate of having of geometrical isomerism? Let us have a look. See, the case number 1, methyl is present here, methyl is present here. The necessary condition that to show minimum one common group is satisfied, hence it is eligible to show the cis-trans isomerism. Second case, here ethyl and propyl are different, whereas common group is hydrogen and hydrogen is present as a common valency and both of them has a common valency. So therefore condition is satisfied, it can show the geometrical isomerism. In the next case, there is no common group on any of the atoms connected with the double bond. This is having PQ, this is having AB. Hence, in this case, there is no common group. It doesn't show any kind of cis-trans isomerism, but it will show a special geometrical isomerism, that is EZ isomerism. We will discuss. Make it as a star mark. We will discuss this one later. The last case, if any one of the end of the double bonded atom, that is terminal carbon atoms of the double bond, either this or this, if any one of them is having same groups, then there is no arrangement because I can keep with respect, if I interchange, that also appears to be the same with respect to the first structure. So therefore in this case there is no geometrical isomerism. Hence, to show one variety of geometrical isomerism which is known as cis-trans isomerism, here at least one common group has to be present on both ends of the carbon atoms, that is satisfied in condition 1. Condition 2, thus this compound with two common groups, this compound with at least one common group can show the variety of geometrical isomerism, that is cis-trans isomerism. Let us go for finding of the cis-trans isomers in case of the simplest alkene system, that is 2-butene system. Here I am having butene. Butene can be 1-butene. Butene can be 2-butene, whereas 1-butene is having this carbon atom with the two same hydrogens, hence it is unfit for showing of any kind of geometrical isomerism. If I take 2-butene system, it is having methyl a common group and hydrogen as a common group, hence we are having isomers. The other isomer possible is like this, whereas here this is hydrogen and this is hydrogen, and here this is hydrogen and this is hydrogen. In this, whatever the common group is there, I may take here in this case hydrogen is the common group. This hydrogen same group is present towards the one side of the plane, hence it is said to be cis. Whereas the common group I may take methyl, otherwise the hydrogen. Hydrogens are present, one is present above the plane, one is present below the plane, hence this is known as what? Trans isomer. Thus, in case of the common molecular formula of the butene, that is C4H8 of 2-butene system, yes, 1-butene is not eligible to show any kind of geometrical isomerism because one of the end of the carbon atoms are same atoms, hence there is no way of writing of another adjustment, whereas 2-butene is eligible and 2-butene can be present in the form of cis-2-butene as well as the trans-2-butene. Thus we are having isomers. Yes, in these isomers what happens? Carbon connected with the same groups, methyl as well as the hydrogen, 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 carbon-carbon double bond. Everything is repeated. So therefore connectivities remain same. Moreover, here same connectivities are present along with the atom. Yes, whatever the carbon connectivities are there in the second isomer also, it is maintaining the same connectivities. Their spatial adjustment is different. Yes, here this hydrogen and hydrogen are far away from one another due to restricted rotation. this hydrogen and hydrogen are very close to one another and maintains closeness due to restricted rotation of double bond. Hence, these are said to be geometrical isomers, and this geometrical isomerism is known as cis-trans isomerism. Yes, there is a compound that is but2ene dioic acid or butene dioic acid, whereas butene dioic acid is having two varieties of adjustments in between the second and the third carbon atoms. Whatever double bond is there, that can be adjusted either in cis fashion or it can be adjusted in the trans fashion, and this acid is known as malic acid, which is known as cis acid, and this acid is known as trans acid, which is also known as what? Fumaric acid. Thus, two groups are same. Whatever the groups are present on the ends of the carbon atom, those groups are repeated on the second carbon atom. Hence, here cis-trans isomerism is possible. A question for you: in which of the following dichlorobutene system geometrical isomerism is possible? That is a butene having of dichloro substitutions. You can write all varieties of possible isomers for the butene followed by dichlorobutene system, and you identify which particular one of them is having geometrical isomerism and write those possible isomers also. Yes, here butene is there, that is one butene derivatives are there. At the same time I can write it as two butene derivatives because there are two positions related to the butene. So therefore here in case of one butene, this is one butene, I have to write two chlorines over that one. Two chlorines can be written, two are present at the one end of the terminal of the double bond, and here one can be present over here and other can be present on the second carbon atom. Terminal followed by third carbon atom, terminal followed by fourth carbon atom. Otherwise, second followed by third carbon atom, second followed by fourth carbon atom, third followed by the fourth carbon atom. Similarly, both chlorines can be present over the third carbon atom, both chlorines can be present over the fourth carbon atom. These are all possible structures of butene, one variety of butene, that is one butene derivatives of dichloro 1-butenes. Whereas out of these of all varieties of dichloro 1-butene system, here the corresponding all varieties of compounds, some of them are eligible for the geometrical isomerism. Let us cross check whether which is eligible or not. See, in this case, these are two chlorine atoms present on the adjacent carbon atoms, but there is no double bond, there is no restricted rotation, hence it is unfit. Let us go for the bottom one. Here, along with the double bond, there is no common atom is there. See here, suppose if I take this is the double bond, it is having two same hydrogen atoms, hence this is unfit. Whereas double bond is reference, restricted rotation is reference. Restricted rotation not having the same group, at least one common group is not present, this is unfit. Restricted rotation is not having the at least one common group, here also it is having not common group, and here if you come, here I can keep hydrogen and this is also one hydrogen. This is double bond which is nothing but restricted rotation, this is having one common group, hence it is eligible to show the geometrical isomerism. And in this case also, here hydrogen is there, here also hydrogen is there, restricted rotation is having one common group, hence it can show the geometrical isomerism. And here one hydrogen is there, and here also one chlorine is there, here also one chlorine is there, hence it is also eligible to show the geometrical isomerism. There is no common group here, hence it is unfit to show the geometrical isomerism. Thus, out of all linear 1-butene system consisting of different varieties of places substituted chlorine atoms are there, out of them, here this structure is eligible to show the geometrical isomerism because it is having two chlorines as common property. Similarly, here this one is having hydrogen and hydrogen as a common feature, is eligible to show the geometrical isomerism. And this one is also having hydrogen and hydrogen as common feature, eligible to show the geometrical isomerism. Thus, out of many possible structures, some of the structures are eligible to show the geometrical isomerism. Now we will write the geometrical isomers of each structure. Thus, the first eligible structure, 2 chlorines. Here I can write 2 chlorines are present in the cis manner, that is cis geometrical isomer. Whereas I can write 2 chlorines in the trans manner also, that is trans implies here 1 chlorine, here 1 chlorine. Thus, it is also another one isomer of the first variety. Whereas if I go for the second, at 1 and 3rd positions chlorines are there, and those structures if I write, yes, 1 and 3rd positions are there. So these are the structures for the first one. Whereas second one, if I write, yes, here chlorine is there. Here both hydrogens can be written in the form of cis, and both hydrogens can be written in the form of trans. This hydrogen at the top, this hydrogen at the bottom. Like this, 2 isomers are possible. If I go for the third one, here chlorine is present at the 4th position. So if I write, so therefore the corresponding structures are both hydrogens are in cis fashion and both hydrogens are in trans fashion, that is trans followed by chlorines. Like this, we are having the isomers, those are cis trans isomers for the linear 1-butene system. Now you are expected to write the dichlorobutene, which is of 2-butene system related dichloro derivatives. Write all possible structures, identify eligible structures for the geometrical isomerism, and write the corresponding geometrical isomers present in the structure. Moreover, you can write other possible structures for the butene system, that is substituted butenes also you can write 1, 2, 3, 4 like this, and in that you can keep di substitutions like 2 chlorines you can substitute, and you can also write the eligible substituted positions to show the geometrical isomerism, and if anything is eligible, write the corresponding geometrical isomers also. The question is 2-butene is there, otherwise butene is there, dichlorobutene is there. Write all possible structural isomers of dichlorobutene, followed by identify which of them are eligible to show the geometrical isomerism, and write the possible geometrical isomers of all possible 2-chloro, that is dichlorobutene system. I wrote for the 1-butene. You are expected to write for the 2-butene system and the substituted butene systems, followed by identify and write the corresponding geometrical isomers.